In tonight's episode of EastEnders, viewers were left deeply unsettled after picking up on a possible clue that one Walford teenager could become Joel Marshall's next target, following his violent assault on Vicki. Fans of the BBC soap believe the show may have dropped a major clue about who Joel plans to go after next. During the episode, Joel once again lost control and lashed out at his stepmom Vicki, barking at her to do her job and tidy up his mess. After being reprimanded by his father Ross, Joel stormed out of the house and sulked alone on a park bench, just as Amy Mitchell, Devinder Nugget Gulati, and Avani Nadra Hart passed by on their walk home from school. As regular viewers will recall, Joel and Avani had a fling earlier this year, which led to her pregnancy. He secretly recorded the encounter without her consent, leaked the footage online, and later hurled cruel insults at her when he discovered she'd had a termination. While Joel sat listening to a misogynistic podcast on his phone, Amy mockingly called out, "Oi, incel, where's your mates?" before laughing and walking away. Though he didn't reply, the menacing look he shot in her direction didn't go unnoticed, and now fans are convinced Amy could be his next victim. On Reddit, one viewer admitted, "The way Joel looked at Amy gave me chills," while another added, "That ending felt really sinister. I'm genuinely worried for Amy." A third comment read, "Ellie Dad's involvement in the Manosphere documentary with Diane Parish makes me think Joel will end up attacking Amy." Tonight's development wasn't the only clue either. Earlier this week, EastEnders announced that BBC Three would be airing a special documentary titled EastEnders Investigates, The Manosphere, which follows the cast as they explore the disturbing themes behind Joel's misogyny storyline. The documentary will be presented by Diane Parish, Max Murray, and Ellie Dad, known to viewers as Denise Fox, Joel Marshall, and Amy Mitchell, each playing key parts in both the drama and the wider discussion. Given this, and the chilling scene at the end of tonight's episode, fans are now certain that Amy is next on Joel's list. Upcoming spoilers hint at an even darker twist in tomorrow's installment, as Joel lashes out violently and strikes Vicki following a heated confrontation at school. The incident prompts Kat, Alfie, Ross, and Vicki to step in and challenge Joel and Tommy's sexist attitudes. Spoilers for the following week confirm the full impact of Joel's actions, revealing photos of a battered Vicki lying in a hospital bed. But just how far will this terrifying storyline go? Oki's twisted new plan to make Harry suffer in EastEnders as he targets Gina. Harry Mitchell's life spirals out of control in EastEnders, as he ends up completely at the mercy of ruthless gangsters Ravi Gulati and Oki Okere. The young mechanic has become tangled far too deeply in Ravi's growing drug network, a mess he only entered to shield his best mate Kojo Asare after Kojo made the mistake of flushing Ravi's supply. But Harry's attempt to protect his friend backfired disastrously. Ravi and Oki soon turned on him, cuckooing Kojo's flat and using it as their new base of operations for their criminal enterprise. When Oki was brutally attacked by a rival gang, a desperate Harry reached out to his tough mother, Nicola Mitchell, who boldly intervened and managed to pull him free from Ravi's clutches, though Ravi had no intention of giving up control of Kojo's flat. After returning from a romantic getaway with girlfriend Gina Knight, Harry was horrified to discover that Ravi was still using Kojo's place for his illegal activities. Determined to expose them, he enlisted his father, Teddy Mitchell, who secretly hid a camera inside the apartment. When Harry suddenly disappeared, Teddy grew frantic and called on George Knight for help. Their fears eased briefly after Harry phoned home, but what they didn't know was that he was speaking from captivity. Ravi and Oki had locked him up in a warehouse, demanding he hand over the source of the surveillance footage. Though Harry eventually cracked and allowed Oki to recover the laptop, his relief turned to dread when Ravi chose to keep him prisoner regardless. Soon after, Oki warned Ravi that rival dealers were plotting payback for encroaching on their territory. In response, a shaken Ravi told Priya Nandra Hart that the family should lie low by taking a trip abroad. Oki, left in charge, couldn't have been happier, and he immediately disobeyed Ravi's order to release Harry. Instead, he intensified the torment, taunting Harry with vile threats and revealing his twisted plan to seduce Gina, even boasting that he'd be taking her out on a date. But Gina's sharp instincts kicked in. During her drink with Oki, she picked up on his strange behavior and later confided in her sister, Anna Knight, that she was certain something terrible had happened to Harry. Trapped and terrified, Harry tried to numb his reality by asking Oki for drugs, a decision that could drag him even further into danger. Will Gina's curiosity put her directly in the line of fire? Could Harry's growing dependence lead to his downfall? And most crucially, can he break free from Ravi and Oki's grasp before it's too late? Former EastEnders star Natalie Cassidy says it didn't go down very well in Career Update after series axed. Fans of EastEnders are still adjusting to life in Albert Square without one of its most familiar faces, Sonia Fowler. Former cast member Natalie Cassidy has recently spoken out about her post-soap career, admitting that her latest TV venture didn't go down very well after the show was unexpectedly cancelled. The 42-year-old actress, who first joined the BBC soap as Sonia back in the 1990s, bowed out earlier this year after more than 30 years of appearances. Her final scenes aired in April, showing Sonia leaving Walford behind for a fresh start in Bali with her daughters, Rebecca, Bex Fowler and Julia Fowler, alongside her sister, Bianca Jackson. Following her departure, Natalie fronted a 4-part Channel 4 consumer show titled What's the Big Deal?, where she tested out viral online products to see if they lived up to the hype. The series saw her trying everything from perfume dupes and eco-friendly deodorants to at-home pizza ovens and LED face masks. However, it looks like the program won't be returning for another run. Speaking to The Sun's TV Biz column, Natalie confessed, "I don't think it went down very well, if I'm honest. I don't think it will come back. Right now, there's no talk of it, but I loved doing it, and it was a brilliant experience." While Channel 4 has yet to officially announce the show's future, Natalie has also confirmed that her BBC podcast Off the Telly, co-hosted with actress Joanna Page, has now ended. Promoting her new book, Happy Days, at a Somerset literary festival, she explained, "We had a lot of fun making it, so it's a shame it's over. But with the BBC, they like to experiment with new ideas, and if something isn't hugely popular, they tend to move on and try something fresh. That's what the BBC is all about. The funding comes from the public, so they do need to keep things evolving." In a recent interview with Primer magazine, Natalie opened up about how freeing it felt to step away from EastEnders. "Leaving EastEnders has been really liberating," she said. "Albert Square will always mean a lot to me, and I'd never say never to a short return, but for now, I feel happy and relaxed. I used to spend my evenings learning lines and be up at dawn for filming. My schedule was non-stop. Now I have my evenings back, unless I'm recording a podcast at home." Reflecting on how turning 40 changed her outlook, Natalie added, "It sounds cliché, but reaching 40 is a turning point. You know who you are, who your real friends are, and what you want from life. After working in this industry for so long, I realized I needed space to breathe, to explore, and to see what else is out there. EastEnders is a fantastic job, but it's full on. The pay is steady, and you always know what's next, but it can take over everything. I needed to be brave enough to step away and ask myself, what comes next?